Now then, we're going to be doing job creation this week because you guys got a score that you can follow for loot.
Yep. So, what kind of job was the Q-Cells journal talking about?
Well, first up, the big thing is so obviously you guys want to get your investment with Tommy's Plastics to cash in. So, and spend networking previously. So, this you all can do work events to do that. And well, your research this week will be for basically you find out about the job and the score, and such things. Because we're doing job creation, it's literally you guys will make the job, more or less. There's of course the twist which you won't know about because something always goes wrong. So first up, since you guys have the information, everybody roll me a research check.
Give me a second.
No problem. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, apparently two of us doesn't know shit, so.
There's the equilibrium, the job itself, the job line, the market force, which is basically what's going on there. So first up, okay. So, I need Jimpan. Once Jimpan gets in, we can roll his thing. And then things will go. Yeah, no problem, Jim. Yeah. But before we do that, Kiri, since you guys
Yes.
have invested in the Tommy Plastic thing, is there anything you want to do to help get that to go through successfully?
Like, talk about like the great mechanical benefits of the plastics. That work?
So,
The great
are you doing a Tupperware commercial?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, what's with that?
Okay.
Echo?
So what?
Is anyone else hearing that echo?
No.
No.
God, Kiri's going crazy. Okay, so Kiri.
That's why. There we go.
So Kiri, that's going to be a leadership check.
Ooh.
Because you need to sell the plastic as being good. So that's what you're doing.
Then completely get rid of the +3.
What were you going to try and roll?
I was rolling mechanic to like explain like the great mechanical applications for the plastics.
No, that would be utilizing them in an actual practical effect, like showing off. You're trying to sell people on buying them. So that's a leadership. So there's the good news is that you've done leadership.
Can we just subtract that +3 at the end then, and
I
not
know,
have
I
it
did.
reroll?
I'm not forcing you to re-roll, Kiri.
Because I know I'm not going to pass otherwise.
So you guys are now up to a +2, and leadership's been used. So the next question is, so yeah, you basically spend several hours each day for the next few days. Well, you're all healing up from your previous job, mostly Blue, because Blue needs to rest because his bones are weary from being smashed.
So I'll be spending the next couple of days in the hospital. Trying to see if the hospital staff
I mean,
could use
not
some
a
more
hospital, the
plastic.
first aid center.
Same thing. Well, same goal. See if the first aid center use more plastic.
Yeah. So how are you gonna sell plastics, Ty?
Let me see. Let me see if I could pull off a miracle.
You're trying to circle.
Hey, Hey, you could use some more plastic. It's better, biodegradable, and
So Ty's doing deception, just lying to people.
pretty much.
Okay, so that's one of Ty's work actions. Is basically you two are both hawking your plastics.
So he sells it to the bartender. You use these to make bar glasses. They don't break when you drop them.
Good
Don't-
idea.
See, that would be a mechanics one. That would actually be a mechanics one.
I don't have mechanics though.
I know I'm saying that would actually be a mechanics check because Kiri was asking. But that means next time you can do that. So that's one of your work actions. Since you guys are obviously going to want to be prepared, and you're up to a +3 now, so you're at a good point. There we go. Speaking of which, let's see. Does the market turn for the good or the bad for you? And does things cash in early? Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. So that's okay. Jim Pan, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna help promote plastics? You can't lie about it, and you can't just spam people on the internet, and you can't basically do an infomercial, which is what one of your friends has done. And he's trying to make it go viral, or rather, one of your fellow employees is doing. You see, that's what Jimbo's doing, and
Didn't surprise him at
I
all.
use my, I use my dog. I have some. Oh. Hmm.
You just go and put a sign on two of your dogs and walk around the enclave.
oh, okay. So he's basically just gonna. The dogs are gonna have signs on their sides. Bark, 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 bark.
And do tricks and try to sell.
Okay. I'm thinking about what that will be. It's not going to be animal handling, obviously. It's going to be. I'm surprised nobody's tried to break into somebody's place and steal their plastics.
We're not the bad guys. We just want to make some
I-
money.
I mean, that is a perfectly legitimate thing. Okay, so you're trying to encourage people to buy them. So that's going to be a persuasion.
Okay.
Yep. So roll persuasion. he passed. Yay! Sven put in
Yay.
the work. Sven's putting in the work, and as together, you guys are able to net increase things. Yay! Yay! As the money, as you're like, okay, we're getting people interested. This is good. This is good. The only way this could horribly go wrong is if something else happened.
Or we died. That's another possibility.
I mean, to be fair, then the money would go to your family.
True, but what teenage boy can handle a bunch of money?
So, fun. Speaking of which, went down to 5 after the first session, then 4, then 3, and that means next session it would go down to 2, and then next session would go down to 1. But we got increased liquidity, so it jumps down to a 2. Yay. So you guys, as you're doing your selling here about the fact that Tommy's like, hey, it's going to come in a few days early. So, that's good news.
Ooh.
Yay. That's a thing. So you have less time to try and upsell. But, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Now then, so that's basically what you guys do for the first few days. Now we get to the more nitty-gritty stuff. So your research checks. Let's go over the first thing. Since I need Sven rolled his research, I see, with the +4. So that means Yuri, you have the highest research. So you know that this is you get to decide what good it is. What's the good you're bringing in? What's the good that Q-Cell was writing about in her journal for the score?
Gold.
Gold. Literal gold. Okay, gold. Okay, so Curious decided it's gold. And that's what it's going to be. It's gold in the mill. So that would be a raw material, so a 3. Okay. So did anybody roll 3? No. So that means I, as the GM, roll what's gold currently valued at in the Enclave. 12 per hull. Probably because it's gold, so it's, very small units, because gold's heavy. But yeah, gold is 12 per hull. At least.
Nice.
I'm going to say it's 6 supply and 6 demand because, yeah. And you still technically have the plastics you had from earlier, just sitting around doing nothing. But yeah, anyways, we're going to now get to the next thing. So, now then, this is where we get to the next thing. Since Jimpan got a success, Jimpan, how is Q-Cell getting this gold? Were they scouting out a location? Were they going to exterminate something that was in a location where there could be gold? Were they going to salvage gold from something?
Thanks.
So they were going to a bank. So, okay. So they're going to a bank. Okay, so a bank is interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's at a bank. So that's one part. Okay, that would be more on the economy. So it's a bank you guys are going to. and that means tie. So the gold, it's been established that what QCell was looking for is gold. It was at a bank. What sort of job was QCell going to need to do to get the gold out of the bank? Are there people living at the bank or near the bank? Was it a smuggling job? Was it a sabotage the bank security to get the gold out? Or is it just that there's a bunch of casualties there blocking the way? What's the issue?
Hey, that's tricky. On one hand, you could smuggle gold out, but that puts us in bad standing. But on the other hand, with 1 minute down, we really don't want to fight any casualties anytime soon.
You'll be fine. 2 of you are immune.
I'm not.
Yeah, but you'll be fine. But yeah, it's up to you. Basically, the big question is, what is the issue that's making it so that people haven't been able to get to this bank yet? I.e., are people living there? Did the vault seal shut? Are there casualties?
Like, people living there, and the box is like pretty much sealed shut. No one can get in or out.
Ooh, so a sabotage. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so ties established that it's a sabotage. So then, so let's see. What type of economy does the enclave called the bank work under? Work under a feudal economy. And that means that it's basically run by one powerful lord and his knights. So, knights in quote unquote. So, and owned quote unquote. So,
Okay, so here's.
so you guys are.
It's a bunch of crazy knights ruled by a quote unquote lord.
I'm saying knight as in quote
I
unquote
just role playing a little bit.
Yeah.
So by quote unquote lord, who's pretty much held these gold hostage. We get in, may not to free them out, get out, and bring the gold back to the enclave.
And let's establish 2 things about Q-Cell. Q-Cell preferred the devil she knew, which highly influenced what was going on. So this means that probably means that either she had worked with that enclave and was thinking about breaking it, but devil she knows, and she was vindictive. So this was a plan that she was vindictively concocting to punish them. And as for the enclave itself, since it's feudal, I'm going to say it's the bank manager himself. He and the tellers and stuff were able to, because of the armoredness of those booths and more, were able to armor up the parking lot around it and turn it into a small fort, which became their keep. So it's the stuffy old bank manager that used to run it as the Lord and his employees as his knights. And there we go. So the knights aren't necessarily super combat trained, but they'll run you down. Now then, why wasn't Q-Cell trying to get into the place? We go back to Kiri. Kiri, why wasn't Q-Cell trying to get in? She was vindictive against the people, but what was stopping her from doing this?
She lacked the skill and equipment to get to the gold.
Okay, so she lacked the manpower. Okay. So she lacked the manpower. Okay. And what? And with that said, we've got most everything. So you guys have done. All of you have done a work action one, but you guys have other things that you're going to need to do that are just as important.
Our life actions.
I wasn't going to point out that. There's other work actions you guys also need to do. Because you're creating a job, you guys are going to need to set up a business to sell the gold again, so you can actually sell it, or you'll make no money this session. Because remember, you'll need a business already set up to sell the gold. So, who wants to hire an employee? And also, this gold is only coming in at 12, so upping the supply, so making it so there's less gold around and or upping the demand would both be highly valuable for you guys. So, things don't go south. And maybe Firefox.
So who wants to hire an employee for the I guess
I got no social skills, so
I mean, technically, none of you do. You're all horrible.
yes,
yeah, our face isn't here.
You all was our face man, so
yeah. So you guys gotta deal without your face. That's why I'm pointing out that you guys are gonna need to work together to handle this. So who's going to do the?
Let me see if I can.
So Ty's going to be the face for this. Okay, again. Okay, Ty.
I'm afraid.
Ty.
Oh, jeez.
Ty. You get the best help that you could hope for.
A cracked out drug dealer.
He shows up in a suit and he smiles at you and he goes, "Ha! I'm Larry." His suit is plaid in color. He's wearing a good style tie, and he says, "I'll do this work for you. Just gonna come in at 2 bounty per haul sold. Sound fair?" He smiles wide, and his dentures are visible. He's probably not older than 35, but he's got dentures.
That's a man who has not had a good life.
His wide smile is really wide. He's also wearing khaki shorts, as you realize that you first thought was just some sort of khaki style suit shorts, but no, or suit pants, but they're actually full on khaki shorts. And he's wearing, again, a plaid vest for his suit, and you can then see underneath it a Hawaiian shirt, and you're like, "This is the man we need." You trust that this man will get the work done. You understand that he is good. You look at this man and you go, "This is a good deal."
I must be insane for saying this, but in character, hey, I know a good one when I see it. If you show enough gold, maybe you do a proper shoot for the Vikings of the Damned Jewelry Store.
Got it, boss. I can handle that. Lickety spit.
God, what have I done?
Yep. So Ty, you can hire up to 2 employees. So you can roll another sensitivity check as the second, the second batch comes in. It's just that the best option looked like Larry.
All right, let me just check.
Larry the meth head.
All right, let me just check to see if I have a second application here, so let me just see if
Oh no, it's going to be hiring both of them. That's the thing. You can hire a second person to.
I should pretty much hire a security guard, but
Yeah. What? Larry's a great security guard and seller. Look at him. He's already taken his dentures and is waving to the customers without his dentures in.
a security guard for Larry.
Yeah. You can roll another sensitivity check, Ty. Go, Ty. Roll that sensitivity.
Help me. God, guy's even worse.
No, because the last one was a crit fail. So you get the woman that you had last time that worked with William. She shows up and's like, "Oh, you're doing a new job, a new business venture? Sure, I'll sign up." And you're like, "Oh yeah, she worked with Will, and Will was competent. So
dear God, thank
maybe
you.
she was competent." Hey there, handsome.
Does she have a full set of teeth?
She still has her full set of teeth. Yes.
Does she still show up in a proper suit? We are building a jewelry store here.
She is in the next best thing, a cocktail dress.
You know what? Good enough.
Larry,
You know.
Larry, meet your new boss.
Well, hello, handsome. Ma'am. Licks lips at each other intensely.
Jimbo across the field, Jimbo just has like a shiver of dread go down his spine. He does not understand why.
Yeah.
I'm just staring at this like.
Also, you probably want to do some. One of you wants to do some troubleshooting. So Ty's second work action was that, so he didn't get a life action. So second work action for Jimbo or Sven. Which one of you wants to do the troubleshooting to find out what trouble could befall you guys and you're in business?
That would be like a research check, probably, right?
Yes, it's research. That's
And theoretically, Jimpan would have the better.
I can do that.
Okay, so Sven's doing the research.
Is there like some rules about rolling to assist, or is that not really a thing?
No, not really a thing.
Laptop.
It was worth a shot.
Yep. Okay, bro.
Crit
success. So you actually know what's going on. Demand is rising for gold in the Enclave. So I'm going to roll 2d10 and take the better result because you got a crit success. So it's an 8, which means demand rises by 3. When you guys get back at the end of the session, demand's going to be up to 9, so it's going to be worth 15 per unit for gold. So gold's going up. Turns out a bunch of people are really in the demand need for gold.
Yes.
And you could shortchange it to up the supply further, Jimbo, by talking up how much, since the demand's going, people are going to need more. You could help create the scarcity that drives the market to make even more money. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Do we really want these employees to be in here forever?
I mean, it won't.
I don't know
forever.
I don't know who our employees are. I'm assuming you're getting some really competent individuals,
like William, who was actually competent despite being calling himself the ninja negotiator.
Yep.
To be fair, he was actually competent. That was the funny thing about him.
Sorry, I'm
success that got him. Roll me a check based on how are you going to do it? Are you going to roll like mechanics and basically use up a bunch of the gold repairing stuff?
Yes, mechanics checks, because gold is actually very, very useful for all types of electronics.
Yeah. So basically, you set up shop and basically offer to repair a bunch of things, and use a little bit more gold than was needed, etc., helping to drive
just
up the
little bits.
supply. Yeah,
Not stupidly huge amounts, obviously.
Not a great success, but it's still a +1, bringing the supply up to a 7 for a total of 16. Speaking of which, lumber is actually lower than the 17 it's listed at. I just haven't changed it because you guys don't have any. So you don't know what it currently is at. Whereas you know what plastic's at. Speaking of which, I need to roll to see what the troubleshooting is for plastic. Let's see. Hey, yeah. Okay, that's actually not good or bad. So, yeah, nothing actually really happens for plastics for you guys.
It maintains its value.
Yeah. Well, literally, it's just the wages rise, which can't actually happen because you have no employees. So you have plastic sitting there. It's like, it's so hard to sell, you're going to have to pay more to sell them. Yay. That's good. Okay, so you guys... actually, that means plastics are selling. You'd only make 3 bounty per haul of plastics you sold right now. That's if you had a bad employee. To be fair, it actually could be 4 per bad employee. But, that's the important thing. Anyways, you guys are going to a bank to steal from it.
Okay. Where is the bank located?
I would say that it's going to be along the way to past the bicycle cafe, so you guys can hit that up on the way.
All right, sounds good. We go out, get the bank. On the way back, we get the bicycles. We run for Will because he's away for a time being.
Yeah, hit up the bicycle cafe, see what's there. So it's going to be a nice 5-leg journey. Everybody needs to make a self-control check, obviously, before we start.
Let's see, what is my modifier on that? It's 2.
Because it's one of those things where, hey, if this goes well, we'll make a shit ton of money. But maybe the gold's all gone after she wrote this. And
God damn
stress. Don't worry. So Ty's fine. Jimbo's a little bit stressed. Jimbo's like, I'm worried. Jimbo, increase stress by 1.
Don't worry. As soon as we sell the gold, we'll just fire the employees and get some competent ones once Will gets back.
Yay. I'm up to 3 stress.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. And none of your dependents are needy yet, because as long as you guys make the money, you'll be fine. Otherwise, I have to dip into your savings. Oh God, the stress. You start clawing out your own eyes. Sven needs to roll too. Ty's. I like how Ty passed the check for self-control, and he's just like...
No, self-control.
Self-control. Yep.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's fine. What's the worst that could happen?
Okay.
Okay, Sven, you also get 1 to your stress. Your stress should be a 2. Don't worry. And you guys head out of the Enclave. The sound, the bustle, the rustle of the city, or what equates to a city, dims out behind you as you head out into the woods, the wilderness. You know it's going to be a long journey, but you also know that if you do this right, you're going to come back with quite a bit of money.
Yep.
Yeah.
and the dim of the city sound fades almost immediately, and then it's the loss. And it's quiet again. It's always this quiet. It doesn't help matters, but it's a reminder.
Quick question. How many legs did you say it was again?
5. So you guys can do an interlude at any point if you want, or you can do all 5 legs. Because remember, legs give you money, but an interlude lets you basically skip getting stress. Or also potential money. That's the downside of interludes. The upside is you don't have to worry about shit going poorly.
And an interlude only takes up 1 leg.
Yep, it takes up 1 leg. And cars and stuff can also remove legs because they basically let you get there faster because cars.
Yeah. Bikes would do the same as well.
Bikes let you take off, I think, 1 leg. Yeah. And my dog is now going crazy.
So Jimpen's dog is joining us. That's good.
I mean, both his dogs joined. Speaking of which, I just need to take a look at all your upkeeps because that's the thing. Okay, 13. The good news is you guys don't have to factor in wills. The bad news is some of you still have really high upkeeps.
Thankfully, I don't have high. Thankfully, my upkeep's not stupidly high.
Yeah, but me and Spence are.
Yeah, that totals up to 39 with all 3 of you. Oh, sorry, no, 49. So that means you're going to have to hope your employees sell a lot and or you make a lot of money. Anyways, as you guys are going along, the first day, the quiet, and you see a gas station.
Okay.
And as you're passing it by, you hear music playing from the outdoor speakers. Everybody can make an awareness or foresight check.
That's never a good sign.
Foresight.
Awareness.
Yeah. Okay.
Awareness.
Yeah, so you guys are all aware. Oh, it's motion activated speakers. So you guys can just easily step away, get a decent distance away.
Let's get a couple distance away.
And you can see 2 casualties come out from inside the gas station.
Yeah, let's keep quiet and keep avoiding that thing and walk on.
Yeah.
I mean, you could kill them.
How many casualties do we see walk out?
2.
Okay, we got silenced weapons.
Yeah.
Want to take a shot?
Sure.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
going
make your shots.
to take a shot to their head.
Hit. And, yep, you both pop, and as you guys approach, you guys can notice that there's in the back room of the gas station, based on the linked door, some more casualties that you can just ignore because you realize the room's been looted. So no point to waste some bullets on them.
Yeah. Moving on then.
But the more important thing is you notice that there is, if you make me a scavenging check, please, one of you, only one.
I think Ty has a scavenging check.
Yeah. As Blue does some scavenging about, Blue finds the power cells to these speakers, and he gets both of them. So you guys make off with a pair of, solar-powered batteries, which will sell really nicely because they're still operational, obviously.
Excellent.
Yay! You'll make some money.
Well, money's good. I want gas.
Money is good because it means you're not dead.
Why would want some gas? Yep. Let's just move on before the casualties deal with us.
Yeah, I don't trust the quality of the gas, even if there is any gas.
Yep, and you guys continue on. It's more calm walking as you're having to go across side streets, avoid where rebels come down, other repairs, and eventually you guys come across. Hey, that's a. As you go around one corner, and you're like, hey, that's a casualty buried up to its chest.
Like, it's like in the ground. It fell in a hole.
It's buried. It's been buried up to its torso.
Are its arms free?
Not really.
I'm going to quickly look around because this just seems like a trap set up.
I shall join you. Or say again.
Because this seems way too convenient.
So what are you looking for?
There's just one casualty that's buried up to its chest.
Yeah.
It seems like it's like it's almost set up as like a potential ambush. Like people go there for like
snipers.
So Ty, you actually, as you're looking this over, realize what this is. Hey, it's the Meek. That crazy cult that, are crazy and one of their execution methods is to bury a person up to their torso and wait till a casualty walks over and trips on them and then bites them. And then, they just get left there to slowly turn, unable to free themselves. And, well, you go, oh, there's probably a bunch of booby traps around it, but there's also, as you're looking, since Kiri noticed it, that's what you get, Ty. Kiri, you notice there's a messenger bag on its shoulder that if you could pull it free, could probably have something of value in it.
Does greed overcome safety? I'm gonna just pop it in the head so it doesn't bite anyone. Wait, do I need to do that?
I mean, you can if you want to make sure it doesn't bite you when you get near it. Yeah, it could probably still bite at you, but yeah, you can just easily shoot it. No roll required. You've shot it.
Okay, so it's dead now. Okay.
Yeah, and there's the booby trap to deal with. You know it's somewhere here. You just need to find it. So that would be a mechanics check to search for and disarm it.
I can do it.
Oh, come on! Why?
Maybe I can scavenge it to find the trap. At least.
Don't worry. So as you guys are all standing there working together, you are looking for the nice little booby trap. Ty, you can't help. You all watch as there's as Jimbo is slowly, finding the trigger wires, disarming them, click, to get closer because it's near. There's several trip wires, obviously, to make it so that anybody that tried to free them would have to be very cautious. And you go, this is going to be, and you're like, okay, there's the third tripwire, and now I can, and as you can cut the third tripwire, you notice the fourth. As I'm giving a narrative explanation for what happens when you fail, as you're like, this is going to hurt, as you see the explosive go off, and you're like, oh, what are those? As you feel pain, Jimbo. Very much pain. Jimbo. A DDJ goes off, which means you get knocked over and you're entangled in carbon fire wires that are impaling your body.
Ow.
Yeah, basically razor wire. So Jimbo, the good news is you take 5 killing. 2, are you ready?
I'm gonna guess it's either gonna be the torso or the head.
No, all.
Oh god.
So you're in pain. You're like, So that's what that feels like as you're currently you notice the explosion took out the casualty, but also you notice that one of the wires snaps and tugs on something, and you hear a car alarm going off.
Oh,
And book. Well, if you could book Jimbo.
take up.
Jimbo cannot move.
Yeah,
Shit.
lift him.
Defensive positions until Jimbo
Yeah.
can move.
Yeah. Jimbo's gonna be stuck there for a bit. So speaking of which, you guys also see 5 casualties starting to approach from the explosion, and also because of the thing, 8 more. So that's 13 total casualties approaching you guys. Yay! So Jimbo can still fire and shoot, but he just can't move. So you guys got an option. You can either try and free Jimbo and run and ignore your potential loot, or you can try and take out the 13 or so casualties quickly, well, relatively quickly approaching you.
I slam him from the donkey and says, "Let's go."
Yeah.
So you're just going to rip Jimbo free. Okay. So Blue, make me an athletics check as you're ripping Jimbo free.
Oh jeez.
I can do that instead.
He was the one that said he was doing it though.
I said before.
Okay, yeah, you can do it as well. You can roll an athletics as well then. As you rip him free and run.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, the two of you work together. You free and rip him out. Jimbo. So speaking of which, I need. Yeah. So you guys are handling sharp wire and infected blood. Yay! Anyways, yeah. So you guys start rushing away, leaving your loot behind.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that was fun. It was just 13 casualties, guys. God, you're feeling like it would be hard to kill 13.
Let's
you kill.
Yeah.
You kill 1 as long as you hit, and a crit kills 2. I mean, I think the odds are in your favor. But okay, yeah. As you guys make it away, the second day coming up as you're all still a bit injured and beaten up, but you're otherwise okay.
Oh yeah, they're fine.
I mean, they're fine. You're fine too.
All right, once we get distance away, obviously we try to cut the wire loose.
Yeah, but it was you guys. As you're going along, you're like, "Ooh, this street got fucked." You realize you could either head through it or go around. You're like, "Ooh, that's gonna add legs to our journey." But there also could be loot in this, as you see this, all this broken debris and crumbled buildings make it so it's going to take a while to crawl, or rather walk across, but you'll make it across. And going around it will take even longer. So the question is, are you guys going to head through into the battered terrain of the bomb streets?
Walk around or
walk around.
Okay, so you guys decide to walk around. So you guys decide to avoid that. So that was your third leg. So you have 2 more legs, but walking around adds another, so that's 6 legs. So you guys are like, yeah, let's just avoid that. Probably for the best. And then as you guys are going around, you're like, is that a trumpet? It's not very skilled, and you don't recognize the tune at all. But you could follow the trumpet sound.
Does it sound like it's coming from the bike shop?
No. The bike shop will be your next leg. But you can investigate the sound of the trumpet being played.
Maybe get a quick look at what it is and see if it's worth anything, or we just leave.
Okay, the tune isn't really recognizable, but as you guys follow it, it leads to a small wooded area, which as you pass through the tree line, you find a musician. He's up a lonely tree in the middle of a field and in the middle of a meadow. It's rather surreal, this man just sitting up a tree playing a trumpet. Poorly. Well, it would be, and it would be pastoral if it weren't for, the casualties clamoring, trying to eat him as he's in the branches.
How many?
A fair bit. As you guys approach, he stops blowing his horn. And you guys see the casualties start heading towards you.
Well, how many?
Well, we tried to
Roll me awareness checks, all three of you.
What?
Why can't I get a good roll?
You got good rolls earlier today.
Awareness. Or
I'm on fire right now.
what role was it?
Awareness. Oh, wow, that's actually... Oh, hey. So, that's... Yeah, so you guys notice there's casualties coming from all the cardinal directions. 10 shambles away from the tree, where the tree is, so 10 shambles away, is 10 casualties. There's 4 casualties 10 shambles away to the south, and 4 casualties 10 shambles away to the east, because I'm going to say the tree's to the west. And then there's another 6 casualties to the north. So casualties all around you. About this point, you realize, he was trying to lure people in to hopefully get him off the tree. By distracting the casualties. You're surrounded.
So there's nowhere left to run.
The solution is blast through the casualties on one of the sides. West, north, east, south. There's a total. You guys want to be going any of these ways that is not the casualty swarm. There's a total of, as a reminder, 23 casualties.
Yeah.
6 are within 4 shambles, and the other 17 are within 10 shambles.
It's like, which way did we come in? Did we come into the woods from the west or the north, or where?
From the north. You see casualties are coming in behind you, basically.
How many to the north?
6.
I say we just go back the way we came and blast the ones and get out.
There's lowest amount.
The lowest amount would be to the east.
Okay, that's it. What?
East. Then.
So you're gonna go.
Or
yeah, you guys can start shooting that way. Okay.
what do you think?
Well, I'm just gonna point out that you're not gonna really run, but okay, sure, go for it. Yeah, run. Sure, that's a plan. So make some shooting checks, guys, because you need to clear out those 3 casualties to the east.
What? Well, it's bottom up anyway, so.
That's probably a will spend by Jimbo.
Yeah.
Well, it's bottom up anyway, so.
You rolled good at the beginning of the session. Now you're rolling poorly where it is.
So shotgun?
Shotgun?
Flip?
Okay.
And Donkey shotgun.
Okay, fire the donkey shotgun. So, bang, bang. Okay, so you're able to take out the 3 to the east and 1 more. So, which other one do you want to take out?
The trumpet.
The one closest behind us, so it can run.
Okay, so that's 4 of them down. And speaking of which, do you have on your shotgun? No, you don't have the ability to spread, because that would let you take out 2 potentially by spending additional charge. Speaking of which, so your shotguns tracked 20 more.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. We're going to run like hell anyway.
It does matter, Ty. It does matter, actually. Because it turns out they're 2 shambles away as more pour out of the woods around you. Yeah, so you've taken out 4, and so you went from 23 to 19. Now you're up to 39.
But we have a way to run now, and that's the goal.
That would be the goal, yes. First up, so you guys can, since you all were able to move at least 1 shamble, that means you guys are able to, or you can all do a second round of shots. Do you want to do a second round of shots or move 1 shamble? Because, well, okay. Move.
Or
okay, so you all move. Okay, so you're heading towards the east as the casualties are closing in. So let's see. All the casualties to the north, south, and they all advance 1 closer. So there we go. Which means that the 2 swarms. Hey, in 2 more turns, there's going to be a swarm with like 27 casualties on your. Well, actually, 21 on you. Well, not on you, but you know what I mean. They'll be working together, which will mean they're faster. And by faster, I mean, well, there'll be more of them. So it's a denser mob. Yay! Yay! Don't worry, guys. It could be worse. I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, you guys can either start running or keep on shooting and making a continued walking retreat. Or you can just start laying down a lot of covering fire because you've already triggered all your loud effects. Or you could go for some grenades. You still have some. What do you guys want to do? You do have 39 more casualties on you.
Yeah, I think grenades might be useful.
Yeah. Throw grenades.
Okay, roll for a grenade throw, Jimpan. I assume
Athletics.
you'll aim for. Yep. Roll it.
Miss.
No, that's a crit. That's a success. So Jimpan throws a grenade perfectly as it arcs through the air and explodes at head level into a swarm. As you watch as it basically shreds through weakened skulls, the shockwave popping off heads that are already damaged, ripped off, or shrapnel embedding into the brains as 10 of the casualties fall, leaving you with 29 of that. And Jimpan, are you going to also shoot your gun, or are you going to start moving?
Moving backwards.
Okay, so
or moving away.
Okay, Jimpan moves 1 shamble away. What about the rest of you?
Scoot and shoot.
Okay, so you move 1 shamble and you're going to shoot. Ow. It's okay. Ty, what about you?
Same thing. Just hopefully better success.
Yeah. So the jockey's like walking backwards. Also, yay. So bang and bang. So now you're down to 27. And since your shotguns, you're aiming for the closest ones, which means, let's see, that means you're aiming for the ones that are within 3 shambles, which means that you've taken, now there's only 3 of those guys left. So there's, and then let's see, okay, and there's 7. And okay, let's see. And that one brought in. Okay, so that means there we go. So I'm just recording where all the zombies are for shamble purposes. Okay, yeah. So the zombies all advance. So they're down to. So the good news. Okay, you guys are making your fighting retreat. It's not going perfectly. And the guy in the tree, since it's the second round, as you guys were finishing up shooting, you see him hopping down from the tree to start running away. You guys, if any of you want to, you can potentially tag him with a camera to basically be like, "Hey, this guy, he fucked us." But that will take one of your 2 things, specifically your movement, because you're not going to be able to move because you need to get a steady aim to get a photo. So you can, figure out who that guy is that just fucked you. Anyways, it's your guys' go again.
Who has the camera?
I mean, any one of you can technically make a camera shot. I'm not.
I'll just make the camera shot because I know I'm going to miss. Well, actually,
you won't be moving, so you'll be shooting and.
Well, I'll shoot a picture. Finally.
Yeah. So it's not actually a shooting check. It would be mechanics, which would be good, or
shooting
other things.
My gun.
Your gun. Yeah. So your gun hits. I assume you're aiming for the closest group of casualties. Yeah. That's good. And also make me a mechanics check for getting a good shot. You get a good shot of the guy. So Jimbo is standing the ground to basically, he uses the camera to get a good photo of this dude. So you'll be able to figure out who he is, or at least what his taker name is. Are you going to also stand your ground, guys? Because Jimbo is?
I'm going to shoot and go back.
Okay, so you're stepping back. Okay. Okay, so you're shooting. That's a crit fail. So your gun. So spend a second charge. Basically, it's your clear the gun. So
Okay.
You're clear. Yeah, it spent not only one, but a second charge. You have to clear it out. So that's what Spen's doing. And stepping back. What about you, Blue? Are you going to your buddy?
You know what? I'll try to defend him. So
Okay. So
shotgun.
That means you can make 4 shots.
Handgun.
2 with each gun, and 2 with the drunkie.
Oh, 2 with the drunkie.
One with the drunkie miss, and second drunkie shot. Second drunkie shot hit. So that's a total of 4 casualties down. Which means, so the first shot blows up the group that was actually getting one shamble away, so they would have been able to attack. So you blast those 2 in the head. And then the second blast, you take out the next closest. And you're panting happily because, yay, you're taking care of them. And the casualties are, you guys are down to only 25 as you're making your steady retreat. The one group is the one that you're constantly keeping away from you because they're the West group. And there's only about 7 of them. And the secondary group, which are the ones coming in from the north and the south, have kind of converged into one group of 18. Yay! So, now then, it's the casualties have moved. You guys, what are you gonna do, guys?
Scoot and shoot.
Scoot and shoot. Okay, so you're stepping back this turn and shooting. Okay, pop it. Wow. It is hating you today.
Jesus.
I just
So-
accepted this game wants my character to die.
Hey, Kiri, you rolled well last session. Don't be so pessimistic.
I'll do the same.
Okay. Yeah. Base roll without any modifiers, you have a 50-50 shot. And then a +2. Well, yeah. That changes the math. Sven hits. So you're stepping back as well.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay. Okay. I assume you're stepping back as well, Ty?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means you guys are all shooting at the closest batch, which means you take out 3 more, so it's now 22 casualties. And they're getting really close. They're
That's
now-
gone.
and yeah. But Sven is safe. Sven will be the last person to be
I
back.
think we should have enough casualties to garner up chasing. Run!
You can make athletic checks if you just want to try and start running from them. You've made enough of a distance. Or you can keep shooting. There's only 22 left. You have grenades. Another good grenade could help.
Try to throw a grenade.
There you go. Roll it. Roll that athletics. As Sven
Okay.
tosses a grenade. I mean,
Fuck.
Jesus.
it's not the worst thing. He has the ability to flip it still.
Okay.
Okay.
How do we?
Yeah, and roll the d10. Roll a d10.
Roll D10.
1d10. Okay, so you guys watch the grenade arcs through the air perfectly. Sven throws it. Sven, are you going to also move, or are you going to shoot your gun as well?
Move back.
So Sven moves back. Sven's grenade arcs through the air perfectly. As you watch as it does it again. This time it's not as perfect, but it still causes 7 more of the casualties to fall over, either knocked on the ground senseless or dead. Make it so now you're down to only 15. Blue, what about you? What are you doing?
Well, I wanted to just one, but student shoot one more time.
You don't want to double shoot? There's only 15. If you take out 4 more here, you'll be down to only, a quarter of that number. And if Kiri does the same, that means you'll be down to 10. That'll actually only make that'll make it so only 2 of them will be biting you guys, which means they'll only bite 1 of you. Kiri, your first shot hits. So there you go. That's the good news. Are you gonna scoot, or are you gonna fire off another shot? Bang! As Jimbo blasts a second one, and now you're down to 13.
Hanging out with you guys is bad for my health. You know that.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. See, two hits so far. 3 hits. 3 hits. See, so you're down to only 10 casualties total. So the good news is, so that means there's. I'm going to. So first up, I'm just going to roll. Let's see. So they're going to hit. So a casualty is going to bite somebody in the leg. But who are they biting in the leg? Ty, high or low?
Low.
Okay. Kiri, high or low?
Hi.
Okay. Going to make this a secret roll. Okay, Kiri, who do you want to get bit? You or Ty?
Sorry, Ty. Wait,
you're immune. I'm not.
yeah, I'm near. I might lose my leg. Fuck it.
He would in fact lose his leg if he gets bit, Ty.
Oh, jeez.
That fucked up.
That would be 6 killing damage. That would take a leg.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I would be that fucked up. I'm that fucked up right now.
Yeah, so it casually would basically just go in. Well, 3 of them basically would go in and just crunch. Actually, no, it would be an arm, actually. Which would be in some ways worse.
Yeah, because that needs no more shooting hand.
Don't worry, it's fine. It's just your arm. Jimbo's fine. Anyways, so hey Ty, I have good news.
Okay.
Your left arm takes 5 killing damage, which would have been enough to remove Kiri's, or rather permanently cripple it, as they claw and rip. So a bunch of casualties are clawing and ripping at your arm, and I'm now going to roll in secret to see if you're infected. Because you don't have armor. Okay. And I'll reveal the roll once Kiri gets to that first aid. But yeah, there's only 10 casualties left, and you guys, if you work together, can take out 8 of them.
All right.
As long as you roll well, which I'll just say is all 10 of them, if you guys all make the success. Otherwise, it will just be another round of bullets. But yeah, roll.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, you guys are at a good point right now. You do realize that each of these mobs is one scavenge check of looting. And that was 6 mobs. Which you realize how much money that's going to be.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. So Jimbo's first shot, blast one. Make your second shot, Jimbo. Yep. Second shot. Sven, you can do the same as you shoot 2 of the casualties off of blue.
1.
Yep. So Sven's one shot goes a bit wide into the farther off group. And your second shot?
I can do will.
Yep. Yeah.
Fuck. I don't
and
know.
your second shot hits as well. The second shot actually hits. So now you're down to 7. And Ty, double shotgun, go! Bang, bang. 2 more shots. So bang, bang. And I'll say that clears them out. As you would take out the last one that's on you, and then you and the drunkie can shoot 3 more, which would reduce them down by enough. Specifically, it would be 3 left, and there would be 4 shambles away, meaning with all of you guys, if you just open fire. Not standing the ground is viable. In this case, it wasn't, but it sometimes is. Anyways, so you guys have technically, so you guys can all make scavenge checks. So Ty passes scavenge check. Sven crit fails, and you all watch as Sven reaches in and gets bit by a casualty on the hand.
Fuck. Ow.
Jimbo, you fail, but nothing bad. Let's see. Okay, Jimbo, I have good and bad news. The good news is you find 3 bounty with your failure.
You're and the bad news?
Nothing. You just see Sven get bitten on the hand. Sven, you take 4 killing to your right hand as a casualty chomps onto your hand, your right arm. So you're like, Ow. That's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts. Ty, you passed yours. Okay. So, Ty, you found 10 more bounty. And Ty, you can make another scavenging check as you're looting through the corpses. Okay. And only 5 more. But together, you guys found a decent, almost 20 bounty worth of haul.
Yay.
Well, of bounty. So, credit cards, driver's license, and more. You're all a bit tired and sore, and one of you's got a bit in hand.
I'm gonna first.
When will goes back? When will comes back from his personal job? Remind me to smack him.
Yes, and you can all. Oh, by the by, Ty, make me a self-control check because you got bit by a casualty.
He's fine.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Diplo? I think Diplo might have just got disconnected.
Probably.
Yep, he's gone from Discord.
Yep.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, welcome back.
Hello.
I don't know if you guys can hear me. Say something.
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Welcome back.
Hey, that was dumb. I have no idea. First, I thought it was my Wi-Fi. I'm just reloading back into... roll 20 as we speak.
Okay.
So, Kiri, did you roll your first aids?
You were asking Ty to make a roll for something before you just
Self-control.
Self-control. He passed.
Okay.
Right.
That's only going to be one trauma then. He's like, I could be infected. Oh no, I'm going to have to enter the horrible casualty-ridden streets. Or rather, I'm going to have to live with Jimbo in the vector area. All the terrifying nightmares come true. He's like, nah.
Okay. And now to roll my first aid to try and save.
Well, you could basically roll first aid to convert some of the killing into shock.
All right. I managed to convert his killing to shock.
And when the one you roll for Ty will also let you.
I was rolling for Ty first.
Yep, so you'll know. Yeah, so Ty, spend a will or you're infected. Do you have a will to spend, Ty?
Yeah.
Yeah, then spend it.
I spend a will.
Yeah, so you find that he is safe.
Yep. Good news, you're not infected. Kind of somewhat good news, that's going to leave a kick-ass scar.
Ouch.
So make it that one as you will.
Yay. Ty gets to live.
And to go to Jimpan and help deal with his kill.
Yay.
Of course. As soon as I saw a die land on a 10, I thought, oh, fuck. Well, thank God you're immune.
Yeah.
I just needlessly poured Neosporin in your hand and it hurts.
Doesn't help you. Stab.
And is this book going again?
No. I'm here.
Okay.
Just having to restart my browser.
Okay.
There we go. it picked the perfect time to crash.
It did.
Anyways, yeah. Yay.
So they are okay. Well,
I mean,
I don't make Jimpan's arm any worse.
correct. No, you twist it around till it snaps off like a chicken leg.
Can do first aid on myself.
No. But you could do some first aid on Jimbo to help him with the killing to all his locations. So you could convert
Yeah.
one of them to shock.
I can try to help him. First aid.
Yeah.
No.
Yay. Let's convert the stuff in his head to shock.
Yeah.
Jimbo, you're feeling better. You can hear things properly, and it's no longer got a dull ringing.
Yay!
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's see. Getting. Oh yeah. So you guys are. There we go. So that's what you guys are currently at with injuries. How much you guys are going to pay off? Anyways, so that was your bonus leg. Then you get to the bike shop.
Okay.
It's a bike shop. You notice that it's a lot of the bikes have been taken, but you could scavenge around and look for some other useful gear and stuff. It's almost like bikes are valuable.
Of course.
Scavenge check go.
But it's also quiet out here, and there's the bicycle cafe. Maybe there's a latte machine inside that you could take for parts.
Yeah.
Yep. Each one of you make a scavenge check. Sven is distracted by what he was hoping was one working bike, and then he gets on it, and the rust in the spurs just causes it to break under his weight, and his dogs lick him. Ty, you find the most valuable thing of all. Ty, as you're looking through all the broken, not working bikes, you find the thing that makes you have joy in your heart.
Which is
A bicycle.
bicycle.
It's a bicycle.
Hey,
Alright.
hey! I found the bike.
Nice. Did you find any more?
Let me see.
And as you're working, Jimbo, you are able to find stuff to basically give this bike both the basket and saddlebags and the repair kit upgrade. So you basically together have got a fully working bike.
All right.
So one fully working bike is what you have.
Okay.
And general other searching, you guys also find the cafe stuff. There's been some looting. There's and then you're like, hey, for one haul, you could cake away this latte machine.
Yoke.
Okay.
Sure.
Yay. Okay. The latte machine will sell for 18 bounty. Somebody in the Enclave really wants their lattes.
Hey, this is the perfect diff for customers who shop at the Vikings of the damn jewelry shop.
Oh.
And then just sell it. Or just
Yeah,
sell
and
it
as you
anyway.
guys are going along, you're getting nearer to the bank. You notice a crashed passenger jet. Leaving the bike shop behind. There's just a crashed passenger. You're like, huh. Its fuselage is snapped in half, and one wing in the rear of the plane is burned down to the framework.
So like a thing, like what kind of plane?
A passenger jet.
Okay, so something like an MD-8 type.
Yeah. The front of the plane is accessible. You'd have to climb up to it, but it's accessible. You want to get there, the door's open.
I take a picture of the wreckage.
Also, the center jet fuel still hangs in the air.
Okay, so there's could be flammable. Awareness check to see if there's any casualties nearby.
Okay. Nope, no casualties. Also, it's hard to tell if you can find casualties because they don't make sounds, you know? That's one of the things, like, there's no sound. It's just the sight of them, or sometimes the smell, because fresh casualty.
But I'm guessing like the smell of jet fuel is just too overpowering for that.
Exactly. So you can climb up into that nice hole to try and get your way into the jet if you want, or you can ignore it.
Like, where exactly is the hole? Like, right?
Where it's snapped.
Alright, so right in the back mid-fuselage area. Okay.
In the fuselage. Yeah, so you could climb in and go look around.
Without actually, like, going very far in, can I see, like, any indicators of potential casualties, or are these just people that just corpses?
You cannot. It's 12 feet in the air. You'd have to climb up.
Oh, I thought it was on the ground. Never mind.
I could just
No,
fly
its nose is buried in the ground.
I could just fly the drone up there to see if anything's valuable.
The drone would probably be the better.
You can fly the drone up. So you fly the drone up, make it drone piloting.
Yep. And
oh, jeez.
Yeah, you fly the drone up. Oh, dang it! I dropped the drone, hit something, and it fell over.
Is it retrievable?
Yes, by climbing up there.
It's athletic to climb.
Is the camera still operational?
Yes.
What does the camera show?
You see a bunch of decapitated corpses stuck into their seats still, and amongst them, you know, people that weren't decapitated have turned into casualties that are stuck in the seats because of the seatbelts, and they're just kind of. Most of them are in some state of semi-torpor, but yeah, there's a bunch of casualties just kind of clicking their teeth stuck in the seats.
Okay, I make note of that. If you see something with a head, just pop it in the back.
I can.
That's going to burn ammo. You got to keep in mind, you have to spend ammo when you're doing shots like that. You can't just.
I say we pretty much burned out most of our ammo already. I mean, I still have I still have like
refresh.
Pistol, but my shotgun's pretty much spent for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn! Why can't we have that spear? We could just stab things in the head from a distance.
Or my dog.
You can smack Will with me when he cuts back.
Dogs aren't going to bite the casualties. Dogs are too smart for that.
Question: is there like anything on the ground that would serve as like a pipe or some kind of bludgeon or like something?
Make a scavenge check.
I'm so desperate to not shoot or touch.
Can I find something?
No, Jimbo already made the scavenge check.
Huh.
Yeah.
And I find nothing.
Yeah, you find nothing. So there is nothing.
Okay, we need to get the drone.
We do.
Okay, I can try to climb up. Or if it's athletics.
Yeah, make an athletics check to climb up there.
So, like, quick question: like, what angle is it like implanted in? Like, is it like
Nose
an angle
first, so it's angled up.
Mm-hmm.
The back is at least, and that's where it's snapped.
I still pass with the 3.
So Sven climbs up there. Sven, besides the general damages from the crash, you could easily slink your way through and get to the front if you want, as long as you're careful. See if there's anything valuable there. Plus, you could start going through the casualties. It would take a while, but there could also be valuables there. And you can also easily pull the drone free.
First, pull the drone free.
Okay, yeah, you pluck the drone free. Also, it really smells like jet fuel in here. Almost like there's a lot of it.
Hint, 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 hint.
Climbing down.
Pull the drone and then get out of here. Because I don't like the smell of that.
I'm climbing down.
Question.
Yeah.
Ah, shit, never mind. I don't have anything that would store it. My thought was like, if I had something I could store it, like if there was any like jet fuel that was like leaking out, just to try and collect some. But I got nothing to collect.
Well, one of the engines is leaked out all over the ground. You can tell based on the smell. But going around, you can tell that the other engine has not leaked at all. But to open it, you have to get to the front, the captain's cabin to pull the pressure release.
Yeah, not doing that. It's too dangerous. We don't have enough ammo.
Yeah.
If we had Will here with his spear,
You could always just run it.
Yeah, no. Granted, I'm the one that's nearest to death, so me saying no would probably be more of a good bit of self-preservation.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a person for that. It's called your immune.
Okay, but how would he get out?
I
mean, actually, hang on. Assuming they have these things set up the way an MD-80 is set up, if you can somehow get past like all the seats, get to where the cockpit is, assuming he then can figure out which is the release for the tanks, he could then go up right past the galley to the door, open that door, and get out without going to the seats. Assuming that's not buried underground. Which this game has it buried underground, don't they?
It's not. So that is a plan.
I can do that.
Do we need to lube you up with grease to ensure you can slip and slide down the hall?
We
No.
have gasoline here.
It's
Just
not really much of a lubricant.
roll me an athletics check, son, as you run down.
Oh, fuck.
And
Okay.
Tubbo and
Sven,
Tubbo have
I can will it.
Re-roll it, please.
I can do will.
yeah, okay, you're gonna spend one of your other will
Uh,
to negate the negatives. That makes sense. Ties out a will. Jimbo is.
I always keep a will in case I do medical work. And after action stuff.
Yeah. So Sven is now at a will, but he makes it down. And Sven, you're like, wait a second, the black box is still here. That would be worth a lot of money. And you can easily remove it.
Okay.
So the black box will get you 17 bounty.
Nice.
Because turns out people really want to know what horrible shit happened on this, probably.
Look, they obviously want to know what exactly happened to the flight of Malaysia 320. They kind of would like to know how the hell it ended up here.
Dude, I remember
Ta-da,
my
ta-da.
girlfriend was finding news on that.
Oh, anyways, besides that, Jimbo, you're able... sorry, not Jimbo, but Sven, you can dump the fuel if you want.
I'm going to go to the... Not Okay, I'm going to get close to the other engine, but not within the splash zone, if that makes sense.
I get it, yeah. Okay.
Shall I do it?
How are you going to collect it?
I just realized I had no way of collecting it. As I
as I was mentioning that before, you decided, let's go in and collect that. But we can at least get the black box. But let's see. Think. Is there something I can do? Is there something I can do? Shit. There's gotta be something. Okay, like when it comes to like our rations, do we give like empty like water bottles or stuff like that?
No, it's food.
God damn it! I was hoping at least I'd be using water bottles so I could at least have some empty ones. Shit. Is there something I can use? Something I can justify?
Fill your toolkit.
Well, it will. Is there something I can use?
Let me pull a
Jet
scavenge
fuel
check.
isn't known to be corrosive.
Let me pull a scavenge check to see if pots, pans, or brilliant fuel can.
Please.
Amongst the casualties, yeah. That's where you're going to be looking.
Damn it.
You find nothing. Blue, you're like, there's nothing amongst those casualties as you're moving the drone back and forth, scanning them for a pan, a waterproof bag.
In my toolkit, do I have like a container that I can use that would at least justify at least the consideration of one haul? Let's see, what is that? Is that 2 or
Skill.
3? I know. I'm just seeing what my modifier is.
Yeah. So you can collect some jet fuel. You'll need to be not fully in the splashman, but near it to try and collect stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I keep my mask on, and I get ready, and hold my breath.
Yep. Roll me a resilience check. Jet fuel, baby. Just it's a resistance. Yeah. So just a flat roll.
This is gonna suck.
You'll be fine. Hey, you're fine.
I don't get splashback.
Well, you're gonna smell like jet fuel for a bit.
At the very least, jet fuel did not seem to attract the smell of other things, but
Yep, and you have a 1 haul of jet fuel you can sell.
okay.
So you guys are currently hugging around 3 haul worth of stuff. You guys can carry how much haul with the? Yep.
Be right back.
Let's see. You guys can carry. Sven can carry all the haul base stuff, and then Blue can carry 2 and 4. So you guys can get away with 8 haul worth of gold. And that's when you get to the bank. And you're like, hey, this is a job. We're here. You're there. And nothing can go wrong now. All you got to do is, get into that enclave, slink into the bank, or sneak into the enclave and get to the bank. All you got to do is sneak in without being noticed.
I probably can sneak that fast.
Yeah, you're probably the best sneaker.
Yeah.
Don't worry. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that
I'm back.
was. Hi. So yeah. So you guys are gonna need to make some stealth checks, all of you.
Oh boy.
Stealth check. Go. Oh, god damn it.
Yay! So, you guys are based on QCell's plan. You're following it to the letter. So, based on what you found out, you guys are sneaking into the enclave, and then you're going to pop in through the sewers. There is a location underneath the bank vault that's been weakened from time, etc. And And there's a bomb there basically set up by the owner of the Enclave, the Lord, as you will. He set it up as a failsafe in case somebody tried to usurp him. But QSL knows for a fact that it's not strong enough to destroy the vault like he thinks. So, your plan is simple. Go in there, trigger it because of the vault's size, etc. It's near the back. You'll be able to blow it, then climb in. They probably won't hear it as long as you're careful. And, well, the good news is you now have a distraction. As the Sven and Jimbo sneak in, and Blue, you're noticed. And I'll be right back as Blue is noticed.
Now look at it this way. Seawall doesn't get a cut out of this.
Yeah. We get everything. He gets nothing.
It might be enough to have the second leg of my to finish the second leg of my whatchamacallit.
Your retirement plan?
Yeah. Which, let's be honest, Blue really does need after half the adventures he has so far.
So the good news is 2 of you are safely sneaking in, and the 3rd of you is now their distraction.
Sorry.
Don't worry, Blue, you'll be fine. As long as the explosion can't be heard.
Hello. Hello, fellas.
Yes. Hello. And I want a mechanics check from the one of you that's going to be triggering the explosive.
I can do that with the laptop.
Okay, you're going to set up the explosive? Okay. I believe in you. Go for it.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Yep, so the explosive is going to be going off safely. So you trigger the explosive. Boom. As you trigger it, the thermite blast, and it's going to cut off. It's a cutting charge, obviously. So you're cutting your way in.
I would assume the donkey's there with them so that they can.
No, it's with you.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Have the donkey do dancing tricks. Have it do like a show. Have it do like a ragtime show.
So, are you going to explain yourself, Bub?
I'm just passing through the neighborhood, and I saw this.
Passing through near our enclave.
Say again?
That's normal, sure.
Well, I just want to explore this great big world, even after all the chaos that happened here.
Technically not a lie.
Deception. Also,
I said bullshit.
you notice something that's kind of concerning, which will make you get a self-control check. Yay!
And bullshit check.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Deception. Yeah. You get a feeling that they're not buying it. And roll a self-control check. You crit fail that, which is actually really bad.
Wait, what? Oh, damn, yeah.
So I'm just going to mark. Yeah. So you freeze up. You're not talking anymore. You're frozen. That's not a good place to be. You're just like, I was here for that, and then you see.
See what?
Oh, fuck.
You know, I would figure that. Let's see. How much gold can we find?
Yeah.
Is it weird that I'm like having like payday music in my head right now?
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Okay. Let's see how this works. This is a bad idea. Anyways. Okay, guys. Let me
I
just
hope
check
your
something.
comment is just how you're trying to get it so that you don't lose connection and not what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's causing it. Okay, say something.
Check.
Okay.
Check
Okay,
one,
I have you guys on my phone. I'm gonna pop my Wi-Fi device because it's derping, I guess, somehow. Okay. Check. I was checking to see if I can make it so that I'm doing something downstairs. Yeah, it was actually. There we go. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Can you hear
Okay.
us?
Yes, I can hear you. Anyways, I was saying, so they can hear the thunk chunk of the rubble exploding / making a hole for you guys. You climb up and you get your 8 haul worth of gold. Huzzah! 8 haul worth of gold.
Yay!
So those are the two good news. The bad news, of course, is they can hear it. The worst news is Ty saw his girlfriend. And the worst news for both of you is you can both make me detachment checks, the two of you that are inside, i.e. Jimbo and Sven. So self-control. Jimbo gained 1 detachment. Sven also gained 1 detachment.
That's better than what it could have been.
It would have been 3 if you failed.
Oh, God. That would have cracked me.
So first up, you both guys are looking in and you're like, oh, there's probably the other reason she didn't do it, but it wasn't in her notes because she knew and didn't think it was important to note it in her notes. Oh.
Please don't tell me they're punch bots.
No, they're DHQS.
Oh boy!
You're in the DHQS enclave, one that Will wouldn't have known about, which would have been worse for him. This is where things go badly. So, one, the loud noise alerted them. Two, the loud noise is bad. Three, there's a lot of guns in here and other things, and you also see there's some explosives. Four, so this isn't the complication. This is just the thing that's special about the Enclave. It's actually secretly GHQS. The complication's incoming.
The complication enough.
No, the complication's incoming.
So wait, where DHQS base?
Yeah, you don't know the DHQS yet.
Solid, and
in front of DHQS,
and the other two allies is pretty much on the way to the back right now, and that's
no,
not the
in the back, and they're looting it.
What is the complication?
Oh, that. Don't worry about it. You'll see. Explodes out of the ground. Oh. Don't worry about it, Ty.
Oh, you might be the last man out alive.
So, first up, there's a lot of weapons and other stuff here. So, you guys can also make me scavenging checks to grab loot, because you guys don't know that you've alerted them yet. You think you have a distraction. So, you guys can both make me scavenging checks. Depending on how well you roll, depends on what you can get. Oh, yeah, you both rolled well. So, I'm going to put this on Jimbo's sheet. Jimbo, are you ready for what you scavenged up?
What did I find?
Jimbo, you're a very happy man. You're going to be able to, if you guys make it out of this, you find a heavy rifle first up. So heavy rifle, mark that down on your second gear page with all the upgrades.
The upgrades. Oh yeah.
And Sven grabs a light machine gun with all the upgrades. So mark that on Jimbo's sheet too, because Jimbo's taking the one carrying them. But yeah, you guys now have an LMG and a heavy rifle that you can lug off and sell, because frankly, none of you can use them.
Yeah.
But yeah, just mark those on your sheet.
All right, I've marked them down on my sheet.
Yep. And of course, you found I see the LMG, and yeah, all the upgrades. So that's going to get you, as long as you guys can make it out and sell it, it's going to be worth, that's 15 bounty together. I think that's the one thing though that's weird is you can't buy silence on the heavy rifle.
Well, I imagine that the heavy rifle is probably 12.7 millimeter.
Well, it's the example is an anti-material, so yes. Anyways, here's where we get to the complication. So you had slunk in near their enclave, so that means you knew about a secret entrance. But about this time, since they're yelling about what the fuck is that, you hear another explosion. You guys hear an explosion. And that's when you see it, and you go, that's not good. So one of the walls they'd set up, so that what they had done is they'd taken concrete from various companies and some concrete trucks and basically poured it out and made a wall, which they'd reinforced with barbed fence from around the parking lot and other things from neighboring areas. So, it's a little concrete wall about 5 or so feet tall with razor wire on the top. We'll keep a casualty out. The one wall explodes, and And of course, they also have guards and other things, and that's the first wall, and that's what you need to get past to get to the manhole cover to get in. Then the second wall was where you were not going to go through, and you see the second wall also go up, Blue, and you see them streaming in. Blue, you can make a self-control check. You're watching an enclave fall around you.
We detonated it at
Fortunately-
load bearing, didn't we?
Maybe. Maybe. No, that would be silly. You just are in the wrong place at the wrong time. And you can tell that because Blue, you guess there's probably 100 of them.
Jesus. We should.
Yeah, which is the good news. So
What,
Blue,
that's the good news?
well, it's the good news for you because it's a blue. Good news is the fact that you can see them, and they're going to be behind the wall, which means that you're, once you get free, hopefully safe. Let's see, what is that? I think that's let's see. Yeah, that's a stampede. And technically it's an outbreak, so that's going to be a to your trauma. Blue, that's 2 to your trauma. And you guys, since you're connected to him technically, so you guys could keep in touch in case something bad happened. You can also make the self-control checks because you guys can see through Blue's drone, but he can't see through you guys, so you guys can see what's going on outside and realize, oh. So Sven, you get 4 trauma. Jimbo, you get well, Jimbo, as a person that's already infected, you actually only get 3 trauma.
How many?
3. So you still technically are cracking.
I'm just I can avoid this. I might be able to not crack.
So the good news is one of you's frozen, but the plus side is the other 2 of you are running with what you've got.
How many trauma did I get?
How many do you have to what?
How many trauma did I get?
You got 4, so you're up to 1 in the crumble. You're full up in crack, and you're 1 in crumble, which isn't the worst thing ever. But let's see. You can heal 1.
You're gonna make a therapist a lot of money.
I mean, on the plus side, actually, he'll
I'll spend it.
The good news is actually thanks to his dogs and stuff, he technically heals 4 every time. So if he had taken any other detachment or stress, he'd actually heal that off still. He won't, of course, heal off this, except for down to 5 again, which is what I was going to point out. And let's see. Ty, Blue, you're going. Oh.
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah. So, Blue, you notice a few things. One, you get to see. This is part of the reason why you're freaking the fuck out. Is you get to see one of the guys DHQ guys get grabbed and yanked back by your fiance, and you just hear crunching, crumbling sound before he falls back out of the shadows, broken, and a stampede of casualties is rushing into the room. Into the area, into the enclave, and Huh. Yeah, that's not good. And you can see they're being rather well coordinated. You've noticed amongst them something rather terrifying. Uh, Yay! Blue! Blue!
I don't know if I should run or try to help them until.
Blue. Blue. So, you're running.
Yeah, I'm running.
Yeah, which the good news is I'm going to. So, the two of you that are sneaking out through the underground / running frenziedly, they're not going. They're all going to notice you. So, here's the good news. The Stampede is going to be too busy munching on the DHQS guys that are heavily militarized and armed. So that's the good news, is you're going to watch these guys be gunned down as they're going to try and take out as many casualties as possible. Wow. So their defenses actually take out, hey, they took out 7. Yay, as the border wall gets breached. And then one of those 5 guys that's on the LMGs is taken out by Ty's girlfriend. So they've taken out 7 of 100. Hey, they take out 5 more. That's 12. Before one of them gets overwhelmed and eaten in the swarm. And then they... Wow, that guy actually got 3 with 1 burst. Hey, congratulations. That's almost 20. And then they're gone. They took out 20 though in the first 3 rounds. So that's what the border defenses are doing. Other people, these are all secretly DHQS people, are arming themselves. One guy is going to the vault, obviously, to try and sneak inside. Probably the Lord / leader, who's probably actually just a military commander. As everything's falling to shit around you, the wall's been exploded somehow. You guys can tell very clearly that was not you, which is more concerning because that means somebody planted explosives there and something triggered them. As you're running away, you're like, oh, those are mines. And more importantly, this is where the best... so one of the DHQS guys is going to fire at you, Blue, as you're running away. Because that's what you're doing, because you all crack, so you're all just running. Flight. Hey, he misses. One of his buddies shoots. And hey, there's the good news. So, we're just going to go down the list. Who wants good news? Who wants bad news?
Bad news first.
So, you're all running, and you guys are going to run away. But on the plus side, Sven, you get shot in the one arm, and it hurts. It's the same arm that's already been shot, though, so it's fine. You're definitely going to need to get it patched up. Just going to remove all damage because this is where the end of the session's coming in. Meanwhile, I want everyone to roll a luck check. A luck check. A luck check.
That would be...
Just roll a D100. Everyone roll a D100. Lowest roll is the luckiest, so they get to decide who gets shot. You didn't roll the D100, you rolled 100.
Oh, oops.
You need to remember. So, Sven, who gets shot?
Fuck.
And I just thought I got a nat 100. I thought, oh, thank God I don't get shot.
No, it's lowest is the luckiest, so they get to choose who gets shot.
Yeah.
Practically, you pick the least injured. But
Yeah.
Which would be himself.
Let's Let's just head back home.
Okay. So yeah, you guys all run back home. Specifically, Sven has got a gaping, bleeding gut wound because he
I
takes
need help.
who?
I need help.
I help him out and I like shoulder him so he's
Yep.
so he's able to run.
Yep. And you guys run, hobble, clamber your way to safety. Injured, broken, beaten. Also, yeah, you're watching that stampede just hit everything, and you're like, oh, fuck, 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 fuck. Also, Sven can roll me another self-control. Because that was 10 killing and 10 shock to the torso. Which would have actually killed Kiri.
Okay.
Fun fact, Kiri, you would have died
Self-aware.
if he'd given that to you.
Oh, fuck. Wrong.
Yep. Oh,
Well, it's still a pass.
But yeah, no, it's a fail.
No.
It's okay. So Sven, you're like, I almost died.
I know what I
I get.
Don't worry. Also, both of you also need to roll me self-control checks too, as you guys are running away. As you realize. Hey, Jimbo and Ty, Blue are doing both better. Sven, the good news is you're going to heal off that detachment by next session because of your dog. So I'm going to mark you down to what you are at. Yes, your dogs are actually going to keep you safe because you.
Shit, I just realized. I completely forgot to do the reduce 2 of those of like stress, detachment, trauma for this session. Before the session. Damn, forgot
do a
about
life event to reduce it. Because you guys needed to kind of do some work, especially because your liquidity got reduced an extra round. Speaking of which, I need to roll for your liquidity for the end of this. Actually, that should be at 0 now too. Because it was, that sucks by the food emporium. GM roll. Let's see what it reduces by.
Wait, did you say the food emporium or the Fuda emporium?
No, perfect. Well, on the plus side, yeah. So on session 9, you guys are going to get your things. You're going to get it one session early. So tomorrow, next week's session 8. But more importantly, the more important thing here is this. Are you guys ready for the good news?
Yes.
You are making it to safety alive. Will is going to get a bunch of stress when he comes back because he learns what happened to you guys. Jimbo. So here's the good news. You passed the check. So the thing is, so you know these guys are DHQS, but it still is bad to let people lie. Excuse me a second.
Well, for a little, it's good. Jimbo's going to try and get himself a different costume to work with. So he doesn't quite look like a tech priest of Mars.
I trust the dog tag my girlfriend, like,
yeah. Huh? Yeah.
And
wait.
I didn't just put it away and walk to the bar. Like, listen, we can all use some drinks. Join me.
The good news is, Jimbo, your detachment is going to click up to 5, but you've already had your free cap for the session, so you can't have another one. But on the plus side, it also means you're correct in detachment. Oh, wait, sorry, that's a downside. Blue, on the other hand, is... Blue... Oh, he passed too. So Blue is... he had a crack already, so that's the good news is that he's at... Hey! So let's see. Yeah. So the good news is, after the life event, if Blue decides to do a life event next week, he'll be doing pretty good. Sven, that's what you'll be at after your life event. Because you'll heal 1, and then 2, 3, 4.
I'm absolutely doing a life event.
Yeah, let's
All
see
of
what
us
you.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Jimbo, keep in mind the things that you've hit cracked with, i.e., your trauma.
I thought I have to actually go into the next category to actually have it be officially cracked.
No,
Otherwise, I'm
it's
just
what-
like teetering.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I'm saying one of them is cracked though, because you either hit 6 in detachment, or you hit because you didn't crack under trauma, or you hit 5 in. I'm saying that you're taking 1 off from detachment. You should hit 6 otherwise, even though you passed.
Okay.
Either way, you cracked is what I'm saying.
It's better cracked than dead.
Yeah. So the good news is, you're good. Basically, I'm saying you cracked in trauma, not in detachment, which is in some ways better.
So should I mark like a little divot right after crack?
No, it's fine. So mark your detachment. It went up to 5.
My detachment went up to 5?
Yeah, you're at 5 in detachment after that. Because the crack reduced it by 1. Because you're like, oh, I'm already so freaked out. You're reacting, like, fuck. Your life event will reduce your detachment back down to 3. Your trauma will be, we'll reduce it down to 4. So your detachment will be at 4. Next section.
Okay.
But, so yeah, mark your detachment down to 4. We'll make sure to do life events. And
Detachment to 4.
Yep, and your trauma will stay at 5 because it can't go below 5 now. Because
Okay.
it's the one you cracked in. That's how cracked works, is you can't reduce it below 5.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, the boy, like, you see this scar right here? We fought 40 zombies.
Casualties.
Well,
No one calls them
we fought
zombies.
40 casualties.
That's actually true. Okay,
That is 100% true. You did fight off 40, and because of
technically 39, but close enough. We round up for simple work.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you also ran through a swarm of about 20 or so of them, and you escaped a stampede. Speaking of which,
Well, I'm just.
one of you can make
hooping
a
up for the
foresight
bar.
check. Who wants to make a foresight check?
Who has above +2 in that?
Foresight, I think going. The
Does anyone?
So damn.
Oh, got it. Am I the only one that has a +2 in foresight?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have +2.
Yeah, I have 0.
I got +2, but I still have a will.
Yep, so roll it.
I'm glad I have that will.
That will make it so it's not a crit failure, but it won't matter because it's still a failure, so you don't get it. It doesn't mind. All it means is you didn't have a camera ready to record this because footage of an enclave falling is worth.
That would get all the views on YouTube.
It would basically be worth 2d10 bounty. Yeah. So now I'm going to roll for your 2 employees to see how they did at selling things.
Oh god.
They have no skill modifiers because they're both horrible at the job. One of them fails, one of them passes. So they sell together because of that 2 units of gold, which means you're down to 6 hull once you bring it in, which will bring it up to 6. Okay, so that brings it up to 38, 4, 54. And then we divide that up 3 ways. So you all get 28 bounty.
Ooh,
28.
we all get 28. Nice.
Sweet.
Yes. Yep, as you guys make it out. Broken, sore, beaten, and bleeding. But
let's put it this way. Theoretically, if I want to, I could just say deuces and get the last 2 for my retirement. If I wanted to.
I mean, that would be your work event. Remember, every time you do a thing for a step of your retirement, it's a work event.
Oh god, that means I can only get 1.
Well,
Oh
you
god,
can do,
that
actually.
puts me that puts me one day before retirement. We know how that goes in the movies.
To be fair, you could actually just do both your work events and get that. But yeah, you'll probably want to do. That's probably what you guys will want to do next
Yeah.
session is do work events.
Work events
Yeah.
to
Retire, basically.
get close to retiring, because at least 3 of us we need to retire now.
Yeah.
And
We
speaking
fought
of which,
40 zombies. Sorry,
now speaking of
40 of what we're called. I think we did good.
And
Now,
this is before we sell the guns, or is this including
this is before you
sell?
sell the guns, yes.
Hmm.
So Seawall's going to. He doesn't get the money. That's the sad news for him.
Too bad, so sad you weren't here.
Which means he's going to be a bit slow on getting his next work event. But
Oh, I can't wait. I can easily just roleplay this. So in my mind, I'm just roleplaying it. Like we knew at the bar, we talk about our last job.
so
And yeah, we mentioned. Yeah, apparently we basically robbed a DHQ West thing of gold and
really?
guns.
Jesus Christ.
and damaged a bunch of the other supplies there,
And caused the fall of an enclave.
yeah, which is going to. Yeah, also, speaking of which, that's the thing you guys are going to have to deal with them. Speaking of which, you guys get a new positive rep point. Are you ready for your new positive rep point?
What is it?
DHQS Busters.
See what's going flip when he sees this.
Speaking of which, because Seawall's a steward, he needs to make a self-control check. Seawall, I hope you listen to the recording. I'm going to put this in the chat for you. I'm going to at you specifically for this. I'm noting because we're recording this. Seawall made
I'm going to YouTube right
two
away just to get
control checks for Will because of incidents. So first up, he has to make one because his dependent, namely Blue, almost died. Secondly, I want to point out that had Sven not chosen himself, Kiri would have died from that shot because it would have been 10 killing and 10 shock, which would have, with the 5 killing I already had, turned into 20 killing,
Ooh.
which would have then, it would have been he would have died. Blue had that shot hit, they would have been able to get another shot off on him. Which would have, let's just say that Blue would not be in a good state. So that's the good news. Sven saved one of your lives by taking the bullet. I marked off what you need to pay for your healing, which is one of the big reasons why you had to pay so much more, because you're in, one of you is infected and that person needs to pay a doctor an extra bounty for healing per location, which kind of quickly adds up. But yeah, you guys saw the fall of an enclave. You didn't get the bounty for it, but everyone's gonna. So basically, you have grainy footage showing that you were there, and everyone's like, "Oh, sweet, you fucked with some DHQS people. You fucked with the fascist regime that's taken over, that is completely intolerable and radicalized for both good and bad reasons against infected, but mostly bad because they're using it as a way to crack down on civil liberties. Yay! Okay, here's your reward. We like you more. Here's the negative. The DHQS likes you guys less.
I do think they like us much.
I'm sure we're going to have a lot more snipers the next time we head out.
I mean, the sniper hates the DHQS too, which is a good thing.
So that might give him like a point in the book.
I mean, actual DHQS
and or it could be used to basically tell him to back off. Look, we fucked with the DHQS. Anyways, so first up, first roll, Seawall passes. Second roll, Seawall also will pass. So first thing up, Seawall has to make it because he, as a DHQS person, he has to make it for all of you. So He's made 2 of them, and third one. Yep, he's fine. So, despite almost losing faith with all of you, he's rather okay. So, no detachment. That's actually what would have happened. Yeah. And so the losing faith in teammates did not happen. Let's see. Seawall couldn't have done anything because he wasn't here. He also wasn't there for the Settlewide Enclave outbreak. But he did witness a stampede along with all the other fucked up shit. So that means he gains 1 stress and 1 trauma. Only 1 and 1. So, Seymour, yay! So yeah, you guys can all do retirement events next week to do work stuff. Basically, force Seawall to have to do double work events. So
Hey, my character's the only one that can fully retire next session.
I need 16 more.
Well, my suggestion is you all do life events 1, so you can all heal up a bit. 2, do your work event to do your second stage retirement parts, and then 3, throw Seawall the guns and point out that he needs to do another work event to help with the investment that he started. A little bit of fucking with Seawall, but not a lot. Just a little. At that point, It will also get you up to Insider Trading 5, which means that you guys will have to roll. Well, you'll have to roll 6 or better, so you'll have a 50% chance of passing this. Which is, 50% chance of passing is really nice. Yeah. And then you'll have that one last session to do any more insider tradings. And depending on how things go, well, yeah, if the next job goes smoothly and you don't have to deal with any stress-induced craziness, you'll be fine. Speaking of which, this is going to become important. So, since a bunch of you are cracked now, I'm going to go over this. So, Jimbo.
Yes?
Excuse me. So remember, you always start on the rightmost column for when you're healing stress.
Okay.
So I'm mentioning this because your trauma will stay at 5 after you do your life event next week, but your detachment will go down to 4. Now, that's important because what I'm referencing is this. So let's say, for example, next session you take 2 more trauma. So you're at 7 trauma. And you then, during session 9, decide to do a life event. That'll reduce you back down to 5.
Okay, so basically no matter what, I can never go below 5 trauma.
Yeah, and that also technically will make it harder for you to heal off any other damage in your detachment and stress. Because you start with your trauma column first for removing. So let's say, for example, your trauma is at 6 and your detachment's at 5. You'd heal the 6 up to trauma, bring it down to 5, and then you'd heal the 5 off trauma. Well, you'd heal the 5 off detachment, but not trauma, bringing you down to 4 in detachment. Just like how, if, say, you were 3 stress, 2 detachment, and 1 trauma, and you had 2 dependents, you'd go down to 1 in everything. Because you always start from the rightmost column and then work backwards. Until you hit a crack, and then the crack's like, nope, this doesn't go down any further. Yay. On the plus side, you're doing okay.
Yep.
So, yeah. Mark yourself down to detachment 4 just to make it so it's noted. If you're already.
I've already did that. I'm at detachment 4. It's kind of hard to see because of like.
Yeah, because the Excel sheet isn't perfect, but it's good. So we've got a group. I mean, all of you are slightly cracked. I mean, to be fair, cracked This is the worst thing in the
I'm
world.
not quite at the level of Audrey Murphy for PTSD.
That's Ty.
Ooh.
I want to point out that I just want to go over like the issues that Blue has right now. Just to be clear, I want this to be noted in the recording for how fucked Blue is. Blue is at 5 stress, 7 detachment, and 7 trauma. So that means Blue, when he heals, and that's after the healing from next session, meaning he's pretty close to crumble in both detachment and trauma.
Mhm.
And for reference, the crumble effects that can happen are disassociation, delusion, or dependency.
All right. I'm guessing that was from like top to bottom. So delusion would be like stress.
Well, no,
dependency, trauma.
it's you can pick any of those for what happens when you hit. So Ty is probably going to become a full-on non-functioning alcoholic because dependency.
Well, all he has to do is write some poems about crosses growing in Nanzio, and he'll at least get a step in the way. Now we get some reference to Audrey Murphy. Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of which, if Ty actually decides to take becomes a full-on addict, his break point doubles. Or disassociation. Ty basically has to make a charisma check for his one dependent, his little brother. Let's just say it's not a good one. Give it. Oh god, yeah, disassociation is just really awful. You have no ability to hold tact with people. You just
So you're blunt as fuck.
Not just blunt as fuck. There's no illusion or normalcy. Your affect is flattened. This happens if you fail a self-control check when around your dependent or a reference. If you have that happen, you have to make a charisma check to be able to interact with them again. Which means any session that Ty wants to do a life event, he'd have to make a charisma check. If he fails, then he's not doing a life event. Yeah, so basically you're at the teetering edge where the next self-control effect you fail causes you to have an emotional mental breakdown on your closest dependent or your reference that you're most recently talked to. Yay! And delusion is, well, you're delusional. You're hearing things. Which can lead to you believing that the hallucination is real and other bad things. But on the plus side, no matter how it turns out, Ty's going to be fine.
Like two
on the
months
plus
retirement. In other words,
Yeah.
please, like 2 months retirement. Just 2 more jobs before my retirement.
Well,
Yep.
2 more jobs to your Mr. Joel's.
Like 3
Which-
more jobs to retirement. Just
My character can get out before the Mr. Joels.
Yes, but you'll retire with just that 2 bounty.
I can do another job. Get the
That
bounty
would
off
be
that.
your Mr. Joel's.
that was the Mr. Jones. The
The
last
Mr. Joel's
job.
is the one to set you up for after you retire. Because that's the entire point of a Mr. Joel's. It's your just one last job. You could do a normal job as your Mr. Joel's, but that means you're not going to be making nearly enough bank.
Well, basically, the Mr. Joel's is like the break into Fort Knox type job.
Or what you just did, but rather than it being, we're going to take away a few handfuls of gold, it would be, we know that there is a APC loaded with enough fuel to get us somewhere. actually multiple APCs, each with gold.
So
And or other crazy
literally
things.
like the ending of Battlefield Bad Company.
Pretty much. Also,
That
yeah,
was a good game.
Yeah,
it was a fun game. And you turn over some jet
I
fuel.
wish they made Bad Company 3.
Yeah, and you turn over some jet fuel. Obviously, you're like, yay, jet fuel.
There's got to be a buyer for that.
Yep, that's going to be going to a bunch of Molotovs and napalm.
Oh well, at least we're paid good for it.
Well, it's jet fuel. Of course,
Yeah,
you're going to
shit,
jet fuel.
rare.
Yep. Yeah, dissociation, dependency, and delusion are all really bad. Because it's almost like the next time you hit something, i.e., the last one, your last 5, is the one where you either A, go catatonic, B, shoot yourself, C, shoot someone else. All of which are really bad. Turns out once you hit that full on break, everything breaks. But hey, on the plus side, you guys are making it out fine. Also, I decided to give you all flight because, yeah, first tie froze. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, that's actually the thanks to the fact that all of you got flight, slash all of you cracked. None of you had to make the dependent check to see with self control to see if you freaked out more. There's another self control check when people take flight because you're like, what the fuck? Don't run away! No! Which causes more stress. The cascade of stress. Yay! The game doesn't hate you. It's just sometimes a bit mean in a loving way. But the most important thing is you guys made it out okay. Broken, battered, with a shit ton of gold.
And more to be sold.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna head on out. Get some dinner.
Yeah, same here.
Going?
Baby. Well, that was fun.
Yes, it was. Well, till next time, dude.
Yes.
Yep. And next time, hopefully, Sewell will be here. I can't wait to see what's coming. It's like, what is this new rep spot we have that's positive? It's called DHQS Busters. No. Yes. No. Yes.
Oh, that's right. I probably should stop the recording now.
I mean, the complication was you had an aberrant show up. So I was like, how can I have fun with this? And the secret thing was DHQS.